The fifth commandment may be one that gives us a lot of trouble. So let's read it in Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. Honour thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. When I was a child, and it was probably the same for you as well, there were many things that my parents told me to do. Get away to school now, you'll be late. Go and tidy your room. Get away to bed. That was just some of them. I'm sure they're familiar to you. They were straightforward commands. Mum and Dad never explained to me that I can remember the benefits of obedience. But from time to time, they might have framed the command in a different way. Go and tidy your room, and then we'll go to the park. Now that there was a promise with the command, I could see good reason to obey it. Now that's how the Apostle Paul frames this fifth command when he quotes it in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 and 3. This is what he writes. Honour thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. Paul seems to be quoting from Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16, which, in addition to prolonging our days, as it says here, provides the interesting addition that it may go well with thee. The real sense behind the word honour in this command is to value or prize your parents. And we ought to do this for all sorts of reasons. There is a real benefit in taking the counsel and advice of parents. It can make life more straightforward. That's not to say that parents are perfect. Exhibit A before you demonstrates that point, or that life will not have its ups and downs. But it can be smoothed by obedience to this command, because parents have valuable experience of life. And as I look back over my life, I'm glad for every time that I heeded my parents' good advice. And there were many times. Yet notwithstanding that promise, I said that this commandment might well be one that gives us difficulty. We might be just like the religious leaders of Jesus' day, who contrived various ways to try to get around it. In Matthew chapter 15, the Lord Jesus reprimanded them for allowing children to escape their responsibilities to their parents by making some monetary contribution to the temple. This is what it says. Ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, that is, something that's dedicated to God, and honour not his father or his mother, he shall be free. He called this sleight of hand pure and simply a transgression of the commandment of God. Now, whenever Paul wrote about our responsibility to the powers that be in Romans chapter 13, verse 4, he described them as the minister of God to thee for good. One of the reasons why we submit to the authority of the government is because government has been established by God, and they are, in a sense, in God's place. The very same is true of parents. And that's why Paul also wrote in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And the fact that parents are also, in a sense, in God's place is the reason why we as parents should bring our children up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord, Ephesians 6, verse 4. What a responsibility both parents have and children because of this commandment. So the fifth commandment is, prize your parents for good reason.